that. So let's look at this question. The question is saying that who has given the quotation, the best system of taxation from the economic point of view is that which has the best or least bad economic effects. So we have to tell who has given this quotation. There are four options: Musgrave, Marshall, Hugh Dalton, and Pigou. And the answer is very straightforward. It is Dalton. So number 3 is the answer. Okay. So now let's look at a different question. So the question is, GDP expresses in the terms of current price is called. So this is a very simple question. It's a very common question. We have to say which of the following is correct. So GDP expressed in terms of current price is called what? That is the question. Okay, so let's understand this. So we know that what is real GDP? Real GDP is nothing but the GDP which takes into account inflation. Okay, it takes into account inflation. Okay, and we know that nominal GDP is something which takes into account the value of goods. The value of goods and services, using current prices. So it uses current prices. So our answer will be number 3. Okay. Now let's look at a different question. So the question is, according to the last census, which was taken in 2011, which Indian state has the minimum sex ratio? Now let's understand this term state. So in the Indian census, we know that the government of India releases a list, okay, a list where it announces the minimum sex ratio for two categories. First is states and second is union territory. So it's asking that according to last census that is taken in 2011, which Indian state has the minimum sex ratio. So the lowest sex ratio we have to find. And when you look at the data, you know that Punjab has a sex ratio. Punjab has a sex ratio of 895 women against 1000 men. Okay, so the idea of sex ratio is that it is the number of females, against or per thousand males. So that's the idea of sex ratio, that it is the number of females per thousand of males. So here from data we know that Punjab has 895 women, or 895 female per thousand male. Okay. For Delhi it is 868, for Bihar it is 918, and for Haryana it is 879. So the interesting thing to note here is that Delhi is not a state. It is not a state, so it is out of the question. So let's eliminate this option. Now we are left with Punjab, Bihar and Haryana. And from that we know that obviously Haryana has the lowest sex ratio, which is 879. So the answer is number 4. Okay. So this is how you should solve the question. Now let's look at the last question of this video, that is, which of the following committee has been constituted for doubling farmers' income by 2022? So it has been a goal of Indian government to double farmers' income, and for that the government of India has constituted a committee, and we have to tell the name of the committee. Sorry. So the committee is Ashok Dalwai Committee. Okay, and to give a brief idea about the committee, let's look at the next slide. Okay, so this is the work done by the committee. The committee focuses on 7 major sources of growth, and there are some sources of growth which is operating within the agriculture sector, and there is one source of growth which is operating outside the agriculture sector. So it is focusing on the agriculture sector, so we are trying to double the income of the farmers. So obviously we'll be looking at the agriculture sector, and there are some major sources of growth, and 6 of them are operating within and one is operating outside. Let's look at those first six uh, the first 6 sources of growth. The first is improvement in crop productivity, second is improvement in livestock productivity, third is resource use efficiency or saving in cost of production, and fourth is increasing cropping intensity, fifth is diversification towards high value crops, and sixth is improvement in real prices received by farmers. So these 6 are operating within the agriculture sector. Fine. Now this last one, that is it is occurring outside the agricultural domain. So this is called shift from farm to non-farm occupations. So this source is occurring outside the agricultural sector. So this is very important, and you can read about this by going through this link. So I will put up this link in the description. Okay. So by this question, I will conclude this video. Stay tuned. We'll be putting up more videos, and like and subscribe this video and other videos. And if you have any questions, you can write us in the comment section, and you can find us in social media by searching for EcoNet GRF. Thank you for watching this video.